Some players are min-maxers, while others prefer a more casual approach. But what if your game account had a timer, after which you can no longer log in? You would most likely want to, even if partially, experience the endgame, especially if you find the current stage of the game a bit too boring, right? I think that in those circumstances, it would be fine for the player to find ways to get through these parts quicker, whether through the wisdom of others, automation of tasks that are mundane, or external tools. Of course, I'm not promoting cheating or hacking here, although some of these definitely felt like cheats the first time I tried them. The items on the list I'm about to go through are already well known to many people, but I just want to tell you my experience with them on my journey to level up my productivity in the game of real life. First of all are the external tools for focus. For me, this means site or app blockers and other tools that create some physical barrier between you and the object that causes distraction or procrastination. They basically nullify any form of impulsive behavior during your working time. They create friction of sorts by making it more difficult to access distractions. Exempli gratia, you usually have to go through extra steps to override a lockdown mode on a website you want it to be restricted, and just that little bit of extra effort can deter you from giving in to temptations. For me, even though I haven't used this for a long time yet, I'd put it in the S tier. It works great for me since most of my behavior is impulsive, but occasionally I'm rational and in focused state of mind. So this also serves as a form of pre-commitment, making sure that the future lazier me will have harder time doing things it's not supposed to. On the topic of external tools, I'd like to also mention the Pomodoro technique, where you work for shorter time spans intensively. Let's say you have 30-minute cycles where you work for 25 minutes and then you relax for 5 minutes, repeating the cycle a couple of times and then you get a longer break. Combining this with side blockers is amazing and essentially acts as a buff to the Pomodoro technique that results stats. By itself, in my opinion, it's great for work involving critical thinking. If you're programming or doing math problems and you're stuck, it's better to take a small break, clear your head, and then go back to the problem. On the other hand, if you're drawing, painting, I personally prefer to stay in the flow state or zone and work for hours without pausing. Solid A tier for me. Next up is your environment. If you ever played any RPGs or other game that has limited inventory, you know how important it is to stay organized. Good example are storage rooms in Minecraft. Can you imagine how much time you'd waste if all you ever did was put items you don't currently need into random chests that are closest by, and then once you need something, you wouldn't know where you put it? What I'm trying to say is, clean up your desk, put your phone where you don't see it, make sure your lighting is good so that you don't strain your eyes, and in general minimize clutter. This one might feel like a hit or miss for some people, and I personally strive in chaos, but I know that if I were to put in the time to actually make a system out of this, it would probably help me in the long run. Personally, B tier. For the next tip, I'm going to group in 3 of them together as sort of a Triforce. Their names are setting your goals, blocking out your time, and single tasking. Defining your goals, or specific tasks that are required to achieve them, helps motivate you to stay on track and provides a clear path towards the goal. Planning, allocating, or blocking out time is essential for focused work. You can also schedule breaks, which can help prevent burnout. Lastly, focusing on single tasks will achieve better results, reduce mental stress, and can also help you get into flow state and stay in it for longer. Think of these 3 items as creating a character for a role-playing game. You start with general goals or background info on who your character is. Then, as you go through the world, you will start planning out your routes, the quests you want to do, and the ways to fight the monsters. As far as multitasking goes, try playing as 2 characters in an MMO in a raid by yourself. No boo-boo, you're not the main character from No Game No Life. And also, that would technically be 4 characters you're controlling. A tier. This one is shorter, just turn off your notifications or put your phone somewhere you don't see it. Based on accessibility of your phone after you put it away, B to A tier. Now for my favorite one, meditation. Just like Geralt from Witcher can't allocate talents without meditation, so can't you. Well, to an extent. Meditation, and together with it, reflection and adjustment of your approach, is probably the best thing for your productivity. It is basically what I'm doing by making this video, comparing and putting into words what I like and dislike about every approach. Meditation and self-reflection are like superpowers. Also, you don't need to spend hours every day meditating. Start small and increase the duration if you feel like it. If you don't want to just sit and breathe, you can also try journaling. S+ tier. On to the last tip, and that is a reward system for completing tasks. Treat yourself to something enjoyable after you've achieved your goals for the day. Let me give you mine. In general, I enjoy watching anime, but lately I began to like it even more by waiting till the night after I've done most of my tasks. This has to do with delayed gratification. Trust me, it's hard in the beginning, but compared to an instant reward, which feels shallow, this one can also help rekindle your love for the things that you used to enjoy more. I could compare this to some econ traits in teamfight tactics. For example, in Set 8, there was an underground trait, and basically, by delaying the cash out from the stacks you'd gain from every combat round, you'd get a better reward, A tier for the difficulty. So yeah, you got lots of ways to level up your productivity to try, well, and if anything was new to you, that is. Also, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.